Hello out there, everyone. I'm DJ Particle, and this is ParticlePlay Live. It is Take It Easy Thursday. Now, remember, next week, Take It Easy Day will be Tuesday, because that will be the last stream of the week next week. But today it falls on Thursday, so let's get her in here. Hey, Ranko.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
Oh, so where did we leave off?
The SSN.
The SSN.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez.
We're near the third gem.
Ah. Hey,
Ready?
Cake, welcome to the stream. Yep, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hi, ready. I'm Ronko.
Oh, jeez. Huh. Okay, let's see.
Since the last game I played on my flash cartridge was Pokemon Red, I don't need to actually select it except by pressing the start button. Because it's still the selected game. How fantastic is that?
Yeah.
The GBA cartridge does that too.
Oh, God, Zach. This is the police, Drago. You're under Splatoon 3 arrest? What? Drago isn't even in the chat room. We're not even playing Splatoon 3. What's going on?
We're playing Pokemon at 1
Red.
point something.
Pokemon Red.
Yeah, Pokemon 1 point something. Also, back at this point in the series, a lot of Pokemon actually kind of shared their cries to one extent or another. Just kind of save on space, ROM space. A few pairs of Pokemon literally have the same cry. Of course, cries got better over time and it got redefined at different points in the series.
All right, so we have our team.
Mm-hmm.
Our full team now, and we're on the SSN.
Yeah. In Japanese, it is referred to as the Saint Anne, and so it is as well in the anime. Even in English, the anime just calls it Saint Anne.
Oh, yes, I want to fight with you, yes.
Gentlemen. Question, were there even any shinies in this era?
Nope.
I did
Well,
not think so.
technically, yes and no. I mean, the data exists that to allow for a shiny Pokemon to be transferred backward to Gen 1, but you don't get to see any shiny sprites.
Ah.
It is to maintain it is in order to maintain their shininess when they transfer back to Gen 2, which can kind of be exploited for shiny hunting in Gen 1. It technically exists because the data structure is identical.
All right.
But beyond that, good luck finding shiny Pokemon in this game because you'd never know until you trade forward.
Shinies were not until Generation 2. Yeah.
Artificially,
That's
yes. Shiny
yeah.
Pokemon were introduced in Generation 2, but mechanically do exist in this game due to the identical data structure for Pokemon.
Ah. Oh, Zach says, DJ, is your favorite color purple?
No, it's red.
Nah, really?
Yeah, I mean,
No, but
there's
seriously,
there's a bit of a difference with the display of the special stat as opposed to the special attack and special defense stat in Generation 2. This one and the next one, but internally it's still calculated by one stat.
Oh, jeez.
Just it's handled by the same basically the same calculation. It's a little bit of a weirdness in Generation 2 and Generation 1. But a lot of the data structure is basically the same. Which is kind of why the two generations are intercompatible. Just some adjustments, slight adjustments would need to be made. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the battling we go.
My.
You pup! How dare you barge in! I say! I never!
Oh, it's another gentleman.
My Nidoran will fuck you up.
You ran into someone today on Splatoon 3. I know it begins with an R that begins with huh?
Let's get right on that with our psychic swimming powers.
I think it's Rachi.
The other Nidoran.
Oh, Rachi. Oh, yeah.
Just trading up on the boat because reasons. You rude child! Of course, the team isn't fully evolved yet, but you know, we've got all the members in some form or another. Yes, I'm pretty sure Diglett will just perpetually have the lowest HP. Waiter, I would like a cherry pie, please.
Wigglytuff. Oh, jeez. What? Is that Wigglytuff or Monokuma?
Yes. Now, to be fair, its Japanese name is Pukurin. Yes, I actually do know a decent number of Japanese Pokemon names. I know some of them, for sure.
Who? What the hell are you talking about, Zach?
What is he ever talking about half the time? He says strange stuff in my chat as well. I haven't the foggiest.
Who are you talking about, Zach?
Sometimes I have no idea.
Oh,
But
what,
he
hon?
types that type of stuff. I'm sure he types that type of stuff in my chat as well, whatever he's typing. He often leaves me in a state of confusion too. Even after I read and reread what he says.
Zach, I think you're confused.
Confused for attack, I guess.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder how old he is.
Oh, Dana's in the chat. Yeah, Dana bought a Steam Deck this week.
Yeah.
And of course she's got Project Diva running on it.
Focus Energy, a move intended to quadruple the user's critical hit ratio, but due to a glitch in Generation 1, it quarters the user's critical hit ratio. This was not fixed in yellow. It was instead fixed in, I think, like, Stadium maybe? But if not that, definitely gold and silver. Which at that point and at that point onward, it just raises the critical hit rate by 1 stage. I'm pretty sure about that. And that's TM08. Body Slam. Oh, I want to keep that with me. Let me see. Can anything I haven't learned that yet? Actually going to want to use that.
Body Slam?
Uh-huh. It is a fairly strong normal type move with the chance of paralyzing the target on top of doing damage. In Generation 1, you cannot paralyze a normal type with this move due to the type matching. It's kind of like, on a similar note, you can't paralyze an electric type Pokemon with an electric type move in Generation 1, which would actually be kind of brought back in Generation 6 and onward, where you just flat out cannot paralyze an electric type Pokemon.
Alright, so who's going to be learning Body Slam? Pikachu?
Yeah. I'll get rid of Growl. TMs prior to Generation 6, not Generation 6, prior to Generation 5, yeah, prior to Generation 5 are single use only, that returned to single use only much later on the series. Like in Generation 9, having single use TMs. Let me check the actual information real quick. But yeah, they were made into infinite use in Generation 5, but that was undone. Bulbapedia, let's go. TM. Yeah, BDSP and onward. Really, Diamond and Shining Pearl and onward. So it's changed mid-generation 8.
Oh, jeez. Steam Deck makes the Switch OLED feel tiny. Oh,
I'm
geez.
checking to make sure.
Well, yeah, but the Switch OLED still has a better screen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl that made TMs go back to being single use, which Generation 9 kept. Yeah, it's during the Switch era. Yeah, Pikachu having the body slam will be pretty nice. Global police, international police. We'll hear about that stuff again in a few generations. I mean, not counting remakes, of course.
Oh, jeez.
What's up?
Dana just bought her Steam Deck. Steam Deck just went on sale today.
Ah.
Yeah, she bought it literally days before the Steam Deck went on sale.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. It's on sale for about $130 less.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so what's the eventual goal here on the SSN?
There is an item that we are specifically looking for.
Oh?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Well, that's what that pretty much means to me. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh.
Normally effective acid because poison is super effective against grass, but is resisted by poison itself. Players will get the inaccurate message of it's not very effective. That's also a glitch. That only works up down to the screen from dual type Pokemon and move interactions. Yeah. Bit of conflicting information, but that is normally effective. So there technically shouldn't be a message, at least an effectiveness message to begin with. This is fixed later on, especially by Generation 2.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of issues with Generation 1 could not be fixed in Yellow because you gotta keep the compatibility regarding multiplayer battles. Otherwise, the games would be prone to desyncing and crashing. But kinda still can happen in one or two situations.
Oh, jeez.
Regarding random damage. Specifically, random damage. Regarding one move that we haven't seen yet, but it's called Sideway, but it does a more random amount of damage than usual. If randomness is part of its effect. Z. Yeah, Z. Something like that, right?
Tentacles. Sleep.
I just thought of that. It's like, look at all those weird Z's.
Oddish, the energy vampire.
The energy draining plant. What? Oddish is evolving. Oddish evolved into Bloom! Now to get this thing to evolve again, I'll need a leaf stone. And to evolve Pikachu, I'll need a thunderstone.
Oh, Cake, this may not be the same, but I messed up the address on my Switch Vocaloid controller, and once I got refunded, it was sold out a long time ago. Oh, jeez.
Oh my goodness. That's no fun.
You had a Project Diva controller for the Switch? How do you mess it up?
Now, come on, more critical hits, please.
More crits! More crits!
No, it doesn't matter now. But it would have been nice to have another one to ignore the stat boost. Sadly, if I were to boost my attack stat, the critical hit in Generation 1 would also ignore that.
Ah.
As I'd mentioned before. Critical hits in Generation 1 ignore all stat buffs and debuffs.
Oh, jeez.
Making it possible for critical hits to do less damage than otherwise.
Well,
with just the stat buffs.
Well, this is just a Game Boy game.
Specifically Generation 1, because Generation 2 and onward kind of do it correct. They actually do it correctly. Ignoring only the opponent's stat buffs. As intended. Of course, this was not mixed in yellow to maintain compatibility.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, I'm good with the HP then. Oh, we've seen this Pokemon just in the overworld.
Oh?
Yeah, that Pokemon off to the right of where we are that was blocking the way. Yeah, it's this thing.
Snorlax. Oh, geez.
Yeah. Snorlax is really good, actually.
What the hell does it do?
It wakes up and slams the hell out of anything it fights against.
Oh,
Body slamming the heck out of anything and sleeps its status ailments and health back up to normal.
God.
Its status and health go back to normal. It's a lot of HP and it's actually rather tough and strong, but very slow. That doesn't matter sometimes. And being a normal type means it takes super effective damage from fighting type moves. And is immune to ghost type moves. Not like it really matters all that much in this generation. Yeah, Snorlax is actually good. Like, what am I doing sending out a Diglett against a water type? Well, it's also, that thing is also a poison type, so yeah. Diglett is fast anyway. Ground beach poison. I'm pretty sure Tentacle didn't have a water type move anyway. Not like it mattered. Sonia said that Diglett looks like a finger sticking out of the ground.
Well, it kind of does.
It's a Yubi Pokemon. It evolves into 3 fingers. Yubi. Yubi Trio, as I would call it. Yeah. Ground types are immune to electric type moves. Ground beats electric, being electric's only type. Yeah, being electric type's only type weakness. Yeah, electric's only type weakness is ground. There we go. The words, they came out. Max Ether. Fully restore a move's power points. My ether is maximum.
Max Ether.
Pokemon can cut down small bushes. Mr. Do you like a strong Pokemon or a rare Pokemon? Yes. No, cute Pokemon, really. It should also be rare. Critical hit, super effective, same type attack bonus. A little bit of overkill right there. Yes. Critical hits. Critical hits for days. Rare candy.
Oh, I must salute you.
Oh, God. Dana in the other room. Basically, singing a song about a very inappropriate place for a Diglett. Let's just say. What? I don't remember. Weeble.
Easy. Make me.
Red defeated Lass. Take it easy. Yep.
Take it easy. I wasn't taking it easy with her at all.
Oh, God, Dana put up a link. Hey, Louie, what's up?
Safari Zone and Fuchsia City. We'll see that eventually. It'll come up eventually. Alright, we're near the end of this part of the adventure. Now the team should be okay. Alright, multi-saving, just to make sure. Better safe than sorry. Because there's something coming up.
You got a game canceled because of bad air quality? The air is perfect. Well, let's see. You're in the Montreal area, right?
Rival battle is happening.
Alright.
Oh, by the way, the rival has a different sprite now. And his Pidgeotto only went up by 1 level.
Well, according to this, the Montreal area is under smog warning.
The crazy thing is that that Smog is a Pokemon move's name. Also, this is the last time we'll see this Pokemon on the Rivals team.
Eradicate? It's not like Sunday when the Metro network was on fire? Oh my god. Oh, he hasn't done anything since the Advent calendar? Oh, jeez.
Kadabra has a signature move that's not accessible until yellow, except by a Pokemon using Metronome, which calls up a random move anyway.
Yeah.
Kinesis lowers the target's accuracy. It's in the game's code, of course, but in order for Kadabra to learn it, it has to be caught in a specific place in yellow only for Generation 1 to let you do that. Use that move without going through Metronome. A bit of an oopsie there. Confusion is still disabled.
Oh, what's this?
But yeah, his Bulbasaur has evolved. If each generation's disabled, will have 100 accuracy. It also gets fixed to, at some point, specifically disable the opponent used last, rather than disabling a random move that the target knows. Yeah, disable gets better.
Of luck today, I learned a colleague could take my game, but unfortunately the rules state that single letter association needs to score to keep the kind game. That game has priority, and unfortunately we just got that. Oh geez. Oh, what the? Oh my god, this was moving. There we go.
What?
Oh, I've decided to fire up Pokemon Go.
Okay. Play Pokemon while watching Pokemon.
Yep, playing Pokemon while watching Pokemon. I just got Zigzagoon.
Zigzagoon?
Zigzagoon, yeah.
That thing evolves into lightning. That pair of Pokemon is from Generation 3. How to conquer seasickness. The captain's reading it. Yeah, shouldn't have looked. A seasick ship captain.
A seasick ship captain?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. So why is he seasick?
Good grief, that's a good question, isn't it? Why is he a ship captain?
Yeah, why is he a ship captain if he gets seasick? Oh, come on.
And that is what we came here for.
God, I fed that Pokemon a berry.
HM01 Hut. Which is required to progress the story. Now that we're done here, it is time for the ship to leave forever. Except this area is re-accessible through a glitch in Generation 1 only.
Oh, did I just... Holy shit.
We can get back into there by glitching, but it'll be a little while before I can get around to demonstrating that.
Alright.
The ship is supposed to come around once per year, but because time doesn't pass in Generation 1, it never actually does come back.
Oh, jeez. So that's it for the SSN.
Legitimately, yes. There is a way to glitch back into that area, as I'd mentioned. Just kind of requires a move that we don't have access to yet.
Yeah. Let me try
In a specific setup. Get a bunch of super potions. Some awakenings, and a decent number of paralyzed heals. It's basically time for the next gym now.
Ah.
Since I don't exactly need all of my items with me.
Kyomei. Hey, Emmy. Hey, Ranko. Hey, advertisements.
Hey, Kyoburo.
What's up, Kyomei?
Don't need the SS ticket anymore. Don't need TM. I don't need the TM for rest. Don't need the ether. I'll save that for later.
Ah.
Don't need the potion, max potion right now. I'm gonna swap those around. I'll teach it. Cut to something that is necessary, and only Gloom can learn it. Which means I'm gonna have to get rid of one. I'm gonna have to get rid of one of my powder moves. We'll get rid of Sunspore. A little bit of a tricky decision. Now we can deposit the HM, the hidden machine. There are 5 of them in this generation. Few of them are optional.
Kyome says nothing much, just wants a shiny fairy hardcore Nuzlocke. It was deathless, no overleveling, no items, only held. Oh jeez.
Wow. Pressing A on the tree on the overworld doesn't make a cut become an option. That's not a thing until Generation 2. You have to manually go, you have to go into your menu to select the hidden move. Which is an option moving forward in the generations, but why do that when you can just use the E button on the obstacle? We're going into an electric gym with the water type Pokemon in the lead spot. That's a great idea. I'll take care of the trainers first. At least I can use War Turtle to bait the electric move. Okay. Or not.
Kyome says, what do you think my favorite type is?
I know what it is. What do you think it is, Emmy?
I really don't know.
The answer's Fairy.
Ah.
Fairy was the latest type to be introduced in X and Y. As a counter to Dragon types.
Ah.
Welcome to one of the most annoying noises in the series. You're reducing my defense stat and then trying to use Sonic Boom, which does stat damage.
Oh, jeez.
And then, despite lowering my defense by 4 stages, that's how much damage that tackle did anyway. And this is going to show you how tough War Turtle kind of is.
Ah.
Yeah, the other goes to show you how not very strong Voltorb is.
Yeah, good point, Kiami.
What do you say?
He said, what do a majority of my favorite Pokemon have in common? But see, that's just it. I don't know Pokemon types.
Ah. I know most of them. Per Pokemon. And the changes that have occurred over time. Like with Magnemite, it's a pure electric type in this generation, but starting from generation 2 and going onward, it's an electric steel type. Which gives it the most resistances in the series.
Yeah? Jeez.
Even after the adjustment with that came with even later generations, newer games. Okay, so there's a puzzle to this gym, by the way.
Alright.
There's a glitch with this puzzle.
Oh? A hidden
Okay,
door?
so first to find one switch, then a second switch right next to the first switch.
Yeah?
But sometimes that second switch is in the upper left trash can.
Oh.
Sometimes. I'm not sure about the percentage. I already forgot what that
So you
number is,
basically
but yeah,
just gotta look there.
That's one option. But yeah, sometimes it's not adjacent to the first. The second switch is sometimes not adjacent to the first one, and it is instead in this one. But it's intended to, the switches are intended to be next to each other.
Oh no! The electric locks were reset.
I wanted to show you, in case it actually worked. But specifically with trash can. But I checked, okay, so I checked the right one, it didn't have it. I checked the left one, it had the first one, then I checked the right one again, and suddenly it had the second one.
Yeah.
Bit of a mystery puzzle, huh?
Alright, well,
The puzzle itself is a mystery.
Well, the door's open now.
Yep, time for the gym leader.
All right. Let's do it.
Save, save, save.
Yes, very much so, save. Kyome, and to your right you will see a cat who is unfazed by this water sprayer. She picks at my door that's wide open. Oh, jeez. Ooh, it's a
Cat
skunk.
logic.
No, it's a stunky.
Generation 4 Pokemon.
Here, have a banana berry. Not that it did much.
A Nana Berry.
Nana berry, yeah.
I know my Pokemon.
Pineapple berry. Okay.
Described it. You basically described it, and I was like, oh, I know what that is. A Nana Berry.
Yeah, I know. Ah, this thing isn't... Ah, the stunky fled.
Well, that stunk.
The stunky ran away. Oh, God. Oh, God. Voltorb uses Screech. That's right. every night at work, I have to deal with screechy, feedbacky audio sensors.
Also, Lieutenant Surge, why are you using X speed on Voltorb when it's already pretty fast? And just make sure it goes even faster.
Yeah.
Voltorb evolves into Electrode, which is the first fastest Pokemon in the series. Other faster Pokemon are introduced starting with Generation 3, but yeah.
And
It is still the fastest Generation 1 Pokemon, Electrode.
I see your Oddish evolved into a Gloom.
Yeah, I did that a little earlier tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just skipping Beera because flying types are weak against the electric types.
Oh, God. They have a Pikachu.
Yes, he does.
A chunky boy.
Total annihilation. And now for its evolved form! It's actually supposed to be mostly brown and white and yellow cheek, but, you know, colorless graphics.
Raichu!
Raichu tries Thunder Shock on Diglett. It doesn't affect Diglett because type matchup.
Because Diglett, well, also Diglett dug, too, so...
And then it gave it didn't affect the Diglett message instead of it missed. Yeah, Diglett is kind of overpowered against this guy.
It's super effective! My logic. Electric type, I know what to do. Water type, that's quad weak to electric. Go! Oh, jeez.
At the Thunder match, we're up to 3 badges now. 5 to go. TM24! Thunderbolt. In red, green, and blue, Pikachu does not learn Thunderbolt by leveling up. And instead requires this TM. Starting from yellow, that is fixed. So yes, I do want to use that TM right now. On Pikachu. And only Pikachu can learn this on my team. So yeah, that's okay. Get rid of Thunder Shock, obviously. There we go. Pikachu's good to go for now.
Alright.
Yeah, it demonstrated how useless electric Pokemon are against ground types most of the time.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, we have to cut the tree down again. We are not getting the bike voucher. Although technically it should be required. It becomes required. The bike becomes required as of Generation 2 for these adventures for a while. Yeah. In some places the bike is required, but this is the one generation where you can just completely ignore it due to glitching. I will get to show you that glitch.
Glitches all over the place.
Heck yeah. Unfortunately, that means missing out on increased movement speed. Not like I really care. Since we still cannot enter Saffron City, we'll have to keep using the underground paths for now. Slipper can't learn Sonic Boom. Stop giving me the same text. The obedience thing does not apply to Pokemon you caught yourself. Or hatched yourself, but that's not currently relevant. That breeding becomes a thing in Generation 2, but yeah. Pokemon that you get from trades, except for the ones that you get in the form of eggs, have the chance of disobeying you if you don't have enough badges relative to their levels. If you hatch a Pokemon egg that you got in a trade, it still counts as yours when you hatch it. It can do stuff like, a disobedient Pokemon can do stuff like, let's just not do anything, go to sleep, maybe even hit itself, I think. And it prevents you from cheesing the game by trading in really strong Pokemon. To some extent, yes. So you still kind of have to earn your victories.
You have Pokemon with you. You're mine. Uh-oh. Going up against junior trainer. Uh-oh.
Female. Yeah, well, your ass is grass and I'm gonna mow it.
Stun Spore? Oh no!
Yeah. Coincidentally, the move that I deleted off of Gloom in favor of Cut.
There we go.
Now for the Pokemon, now for the blue version counterpart, Bellsprout again. Oh.
Oh no.
I need to unparalyze my fear right now. Give it its speed back. So it can't be stun locked that easily. Through Wrap. Getting Wrap locked kinda sucks. Yeah, Wrap and Bind are extremely annoying in this generation. They're not strong, but they're still annoying. Paralyze an opponent, then wrap, and you kind of win, except against, like, the one ghost type in this region. I mean, it doesn't have perfect accuracy, but even so.
Yeah.
That is an extremely cheesy strategy. Very, very annoying. It works differently in Generation 2 and onward, of course, thankfully. TM30 teleport. Anything on my team can learn can anything on my team learn that? Drowsy. I don't need that. We have Dig on Diglett. Which is good enough. Like, the teleport on the overworld will just take you to the last Pokemon Center you visited.
Ah.
The first couple generations, Lokic has a set base power level. It is then set to deal damage. It's set to deal damage based on the weight of the target as of Generation 3, giving it an unset base power. But it gets its base power based on the weight of the target. So yeah, the heavier, the more damage, of course. Yep, that's how it works. Eventually. Yeah. Alright. If I remember correctly, in Generations 1 and 2 it has 50 base power. So yeah. Keep it coming, eh? Oh wait, I'm out of Pokemon. Never mind the graphical glitch. Let's do it, Thunderbolt! With the flashy graphics. It gets better in Generation 2, trust me. Growlithe, and then Charmander, the one starter Pokemon we've not seen yet.
Charmander, Char!
Outside of the very beginning of the game where we were looking at the starter Pokemon anyway. There we go, we finally get to have a battle involving Charmander. Behold, bees! Really big bees! Beedrill.
Oh god. Well, at least it won't sting you. Might
Yeah,
sting other Pokemon.
especially if I get a
but it
critical
won't
hit.
Yeah, it might sting other Pokemon, but it won't sting
Yeah.
you.
Well, no need to worry about that one. I got a critical hit.
Alright.
That's good. It's another one! Both of the Pokemon on this team are Beedrill. Yes, 2 Beedrill. It is trying so hard to be strong. I'm sorry, but my Wartortle is actually rather tough. In an ether. Now, some hidden item spots are kind of obvious. I didn't need to use their type weakness, I used their statistical weakness. Against special moves in general. Well, aside from electric type moves, of course. But, yeah. By the way, we were supposed to go back through Diglett's and cave. Get to the other side, use and get some items for using, including HM05 flash. But we actually also need to have the data for the capture data, the caught data for like the index data for 10 different Pokemon in our Pokédex. I don't think I qualify for yet anyway. I need to look. I need to look at my Pokédex. You need to own the 10 different kinds of Pokemon. Not all at the same time, but yeah. You just need to register their data. But in Generation 1, the cave we're coming up to doesn't necessarily need Flash to navigate.
Ah.
And you'll see why. Bidoof. If we need help with pronunciations for Pokemon from the first 5 generations, I have Pokédex 3D Pro on my 3DS.
Oh, cool.
It was delisted from the eShop a good while ago, but I still have it. Along with the original Pokédex 3D application. Yeah, that's my pronunciation guide for the Pokemon from... that's my pronunciation guide for Pokemon from the first 5 generations.
Ah.
That thing is useful for the English pronunciations. The Japanese ones, all I need to do is read the name in katakana and I can figure it out from there. It also has other language information. If I ever feel like having that on hand, like making use of that. I have that on hand.
Oh, Kiyomi says, so I'm not talking much, really tired. Depression's kind of rocky right now, not bad, but I definitely don't feel great. It's probably something I can honestly sleep off.
Alright.
Oh, well, I hope things get better for you soon.
Eventually. At the very least, eventually. Eventually. I'm taking Rock Tunnel to go to Lavender. Yep, there's the cave's name. Rock Tunnel. It will be completely unnavigable in Generation 2 without a map or Flash.
Gloom looked at that Rattata and said, I'm gonna catch ya! I'm gonna catch ya!
I'm gonna cut you so bad, you're gonna wish I didn't cut you so bad.
Yeah.
That's a bad plan. But at least now Gloom has an attacking option other than Absorb. Hi, a normal type move in Generation 1. It turns into a dark type move Generation 2 and onward. Yeah, Dark and Steel are introduced in Generation 2. Fairy is introduced in Generation 6.
Oh god. Google to pull news from searches in Canada due to a new law forcing them to share revenues with publishers.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, apparently Canada's got a new law that that if you link to a news article, any revenue you make from your link has to be shared with the publishers.
Alright.
So Google is just removing the news from all their searches in Canada.
Huh, how corporate of them.
Yeah, I know. Which will pretty much make Google pretty useless in Canada.
Have fun using Bing.
But yeah, Google, if you're the
Or Yahoo.
yeah, Google, if you're the only one doing that, people are going to be using other search engines to find the news.
And especially in Canada.
Yeah.
I check out Ungleam's health now.
Huh.
It's a nice number.
Oh, yeah. So what's the maximum?
Nice health.
So what's the maximum level for a Pokemon in Generation 1?
Legitimately 100.
Ah.
Although, with glitches being a thing in Generation 1, higher level Pokemon can technically be found, but that's through glitching. Leveling up a Pokemon over level 100 will revert it to level 100. It's been a while since I've dealt with those glitches, but yeah. Now, technically, the level limit would be 255 because hexadecimal FF, or 8
Oh, yeah.
ones, and binary. But it is actually supposed to be 100.
Wait, seriously?
What?
Pepsi put out a tweet. Stop the condiment wars. The undisputed champ is here. Pepsi Cola Chub.
What?
Sweet, salty, and ready to try at selected baseball stadiums on July 4th. Hot dogs are better with Pepsi. It's basically ketchup mixed with Pepsi Cola flavoring.
Okay.
Like, what?
Eh?
Cola
Eh?
Chub. Pepsi Cola infused ketchup.
Nani?
I have to admit this sounds intriguing.
I'm not trying that.
Oh, I'm perfectly willing to try it.
Because I don't like the taste of Pepsi.
Ah. I wonder if it's caffeinated.
Well, who knows? I'm sure someone knows, but you know. I love Pokemon so much, I have Pokemon keychains.
Oh, God.
Thanks to Splatfest. Yes, I still have those keychains. I have all 3 of them tied to my key.
Well, oh, I don't have all 3 of them on my keys, but I have the blue one on my keychain.
The water type one.
Wisdom. I'm not Wisdom. Oh, well, no, not the Pokemon one. No, I got the Zelda one. Never mind.
And I have all 3 Pokemon keychains in use.
Yeah, I have all 3 Zelda keychains.
I like Zelda, but not that much. Pokemon is definitely one of my special interests, that's for sure.
You never got them, you wanted them but couldn't get them in time? Oh, jeez.
I definitely wanted the Pokemon keychains.
Well, Kilme,
I got
it wouldn't have fizz in it, Kilme. It just basically has it's just basically ketchup with some cola flavoring added.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
don't mind me.
Will Red change Pokemon? I think about what it might taste like, and I have to admit, my mouth's watering a bit. I tend to not be I tend to not be fussy with food. I'm usually willing to try out new things.
I gave up on brown soda a long time ago.
I'm just wondering if it's caffeinated like cola.
Wouldn't that be something?
But then again, not all cola is caffeinated, so...
Yeah.
I mean, for example, there's Diet Right, of course, caffeine-free Coke and Pepsi, you know.
Lemon lime soda in general.
Yeah, but that's not cola.
Yeah. Also, hidden super potion.
Yeah. Cola is a specific type of soft drink.
Okay. Yeah, I don't do cola then.
Yeah, I mean, lemon lime drinks are sodas, but they're not cola.
Okay.
Yeah, cola has to do with the infusion of the cola nut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So as Pepsi
What do I know?
Pepsi is cola, Coke is cola, RC is cola.
Coca-Cola. Because Coca-Cola and RC Cola. By coincidence, that's the name. Those are the names.
Yeah.
Pepsi Cola. Yeah.
Yep. And Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is a cola too. It's just got some.
Dr. Pepper Cola.
Yeah. Well, it's just got some added flavoring to it. But Dr. Pepper is a cola.
Emmy.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper Cola.
Oh, jeez.
Ready for the darkness?
All right. I'm ready. I'm I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Here we go. The trick about this is that we can still navigate this dungeon without flash because we can see the walls. It's not supposed to be a thing. But you see how Generation 1 works.
Yeah, but you can't see you.
We are always at the center of the screen, slightly to the left.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
But you can't see the NPCs.
That's okay, because I'm going to battle them anyway. I know roughly where they are.
Zubat!
Like right here. Straight downward. I know roughly where the NPCs are in Generation 1.
Pokemon fight! Ready, go! Oh.
My Pokemon is fight.
Pokemaniac wants to fight.
Yeah.
God, why... Why does he look like Dr. Pinkerton from the Consortium of Genius?
That could just be a coincidence.
It's like, fight me! I will win! And then you will bow to the cog!
Oh goodness. Pokemon! Yeah, Poketrek into darkness. I definitely wouldn't be able to do this in Generation 2 and onward without consulting a map.
Oh,
although I have the Generation 4 layout down pretty well.
Wow, Geodude! He even has a thumbs up. Dude! You know?
Yeah. Look at all the darkness except for the ladder. Yeah. This is an expert level darkroom navigation, I suppose. Okay, I know where the NPCs are. As for the items, you just don't get to see them. That's it. And that's okay. Okay, Slowpoke is out. Alright. Like, yes, people. Headbutt is a Generation 1 move.
Oh god, Kyome, you said the word cola so much it doesn't sound like a word anymore. Oh, jeez.
Good job, Emmy. Oh no! Pikachu's down. I repeat, Pikachu's down.
Oh, by the way, on today's episode of Strange New Worlds, we found out something about the temporal Cold War.
All right.
Because you remember that from Enterprise, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, apparently, the whole temporal Cold War thing may have shifted the time period of the main eugenics war. Because what happened was, apparently, a Romulan agent was sent back in time to kill Khan. Because if Khan doesn't rise to power, humanity doesn't learn their lesson and doesn't form the Federation, right?
Uh-huh.
So what happened was she arrived. She arrived on Earth in 1992, and she's been waiting for the right moment to kill Khan. And she's like, "All this stuff was supposed to happen in 1992. I've been waiting here for 30 years."
Joke's on you.
And she talked about how the Romulans were trying to slow Earth's development to kill the Federation. And she was like, "But it didn't work. Certain events that were supposed to happen at one time just simply ended up happening years later." And that's how they pretty much explained that apparently Khan's time is now the 2040s.
Alright.
because you meet little kid Khan in this new episode.
Wow.
Yeah, like Khan at about like age 8 or so.
Ah. Okay, I'm not. Alright, I know where I am.
And it could also be a bit of predestination paradox as well. Because now this little 8-year-old kid found out that people are trying to kill him. So when he gets older, ...
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Although I do have another theory that keeps the previous information intact. Because, she got there in, the Romulan agent got there in 1992 and saw nothing going on, no eugenics war, except for the fact, and perhaps the Romulans might not have known this at the time, remember when Voyager went to 1995. Remember Voyager went to the 90s and they were expecting to see the aftermath of the eugenics war and didn't see it?
Alright.
They kind of established that the 1990s eugenics wars was more a secret power struggle. Like a shadow war, More a power struggle than an actual war. It was more like a Cold War. Right?
You say Shadow War, and all of a sudden I'm thinking about a bunch of Shadow the Hedgehogs fighting each other.
Anyway. Oh god.
The true Shadow War.
Either that or Babylon 5. Anyway, Anyway, so you got that. So it could have still happened. But this Romulan agent wouldn't have known.
Because it would have been behind the scenes.
Again, keep in mind that usually in Star Trek, the eugenics wars are often mentioned in the plural.
Yes.
So then, how do you explain this little kid Khan from the 2020s, right? Well, for that we have to go to Star Trek Picard Season 2. And a guy by the name of Adam Soon.
No more things.
Yeah, who lived in our contemporary time.
Alright.
He wanted to start a genetic experiment, but he got shot down by a legal board citing the Shenzhen Convention, which is something that doesn't exist in our real life. So the question asks, why did they have this Shenzhen Convention regarding genetic engineering? Well, the 1990s power struggle.
There we go.
Yeah. And what happened was at the end of Picard season 2, after Adam Soong's plan to prevent Picard's ancestor from going to Saturn, after that plan failed, he took out a folder dated 1996 called Project Khan. So the name Khan had already been infamous in 1996 when that report was drawn up. So what happens after that? Well, Adam Soong restarts Project Khan and opens an institute with relatives of Khan Noonien Singh from the 90s, right? So here's where the explanation comes in. The kid we saw at the Noonien Singh Institute of Genetics in Toronto, Canada, was Khan Noonien Singh the second.
Wow.
Which led the way to the second eugenics war in the 2040s, which post-dated the Second American Civil War. Which means we have a new antagonist of World War III. Not just MAGA idiot Philip Green, but also...
By the way,
what?
You notice I dodged the self-destruct.
Yeah. But yeah, not only do we have Colonel Philip Green, the MAGA idiot, but we also have Khan Noonien Singh the second. And in that war is when you had, the 30 million dead, from the eugenics war, World War III, right? Mm-hmm. And my guess is, because we know records got fractured from this time period because of World War III, my theory is when people remember Khan, right?
They remember the second one.
They remember the second one. But because records were fractured, they conflated him with the first one. Mm-hmm. Which is the one that got shot up in the SS Botany Bay. Yeah,
it's understandable.
And that explanation still keeps everything in place. Dana's like, you watch too much Doctor Who. Yeah, but because of that, I've been able to find an explanation for pretty much every bending of canon.
Bend the cannons. Bend them hard.
Yeah.
But not too hard. We have cannon benders.
Kilmay says, I fell half asleep.
Kilmay
says, I fell half asleep and could hear you, but was dreaming for a bit, and you were talking to me face to face in the dream about what you were saying. The human brain is weird, and I'm very tired and sleep deprived. Question though. When you dreamed me talking face to face with you, was I an inkling or a human?
What did she look like?
Because you, of course, you know my VTuber self here, but you've seen real life pictures of me too. So,
and face camming has happened.
Yeah.
When he sees me in dreams...
So how did he see me?
He sees me as my VTuber character, by default.
Oh, yeah. Alright, I was my human self. Okay.
Right.
Well, that's why I said, you've seen me both ways, so that I was just wondering which way you saw me in the dream.
Just a bit of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe me with your best shot.
Oh,
Fire it
yeah.
away.
Yeah, Dana got a new game. What's it called again? High on Life. Yes. It's basically a game, from what I understand, it's a game about an alien invasion. Oh. Oh, alien drug dealers are packaging people as a drug and you have to fight them, I think. But you have a sentient alien gun to work with.
Wow.
Guns, plural. And these guns are all voiced by the guy that voices Rick and Morty.
Wow.
Yeah, Justin Roiland, you know, before he got, as we found out later, wrongly canceled. Yeah, he is still a jerk. He is still a jerk, but he didn't do what he got canceled for.
Right. But yeah, I'm sure you've noticed that the
Apparently.
speed bubbles and menus have been darkened by the darkness of the cave.
Yeah. This tunnel goes a long way, kid. What's it?
Yeah.
Hiker. Hiker said, dude! When it's Ranko, it's her VTuber, and when it's Corinne, let me guess, it's a Jigglypuff.
Yes. Just a big old Jigglypuff.
What was Ranko's out of curiosity question? No, Ranko was saying that I asked what I asked out of curiosity.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a statement.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Someone liked that tweet? That tweet's almost 3 years old. It's a tweet we were talking about the franchise Thunderbirds. You know, Thunderbirds are go, you know.
Okay.
And it says Jerry Anderson shows were totally popular in Japan. I'm like, yeah. The anime series Techno Voyager was basically Thunderbirds with the serial numbers filed off. And then the serial numbers reapplied when ITC got the Western rights to Techno Voyager and called it Thunderbirds 2086.
Wow.
Yeah? Oh, what happened? Oh, the price drop. Oh. Oh, well, maybe you should look into that. Well, you'll get store credit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's all right.
Here we go.
I said, and then of course there was Firestorm, an anime series that was created by Jerry Anderson for TV Tokyo in 2003. Wow. I forgot about that. But yeah, Techno Voyager was an anime studio's attempt at creating a Thunderbirds-like show. And yeah, and then when ITC got the Western rights to it, they basically said, yeah, it's Thunderbirds. We're calling it Thunderbirds. So like I said, it's an odd case where the serial numbers got filed off and then reapplied.
Wow.
Now, Thunderbirds 2086 was pretty good. Of course, none of the original characters. I mean, none of the original characters from Thunderbirds are Go or in it, but in the dubs of Techno Voyager / Thunderbirds 2086, they did have one character who was descended from what was that? What was that family's name? The family who ran the Thunderbirds. Well, they had one character that was descended from them, who was in charge of the Thunderbirds.
Okay. Ford Thunder Cougar Falconbird.
Tracy family. That's it. Yeah, the guy in charge of the Thunderbirds in the Techno Voyager dub was. They gave him the last name of Tracy. And the organization was still called International Rescue. Except in Techno Voyager, Thunderbird 6 was the space station, not Thunderbird 5.
Okay, going all the way up and down. Okay, I guess I don't know where the items are. I have no idea what the items are. I just know where the trainers are. That's all that's kind of all that matters. Okay. I've roughly read where things are. Just making sure I remember things correctly, obviously. I'm not lost. And no, of course I'm not looking up a map either. There we go. Not self-destructing. Self-destructing explosion lowers the target's defense by half for the first 4 generations, up to the 4th generation. After that, generation 5 and onward, that effect is removed. What good twigs will do if you can't see them.
Oh, jeez.
Even if you light up the cube, you'll never see any twigs on the ground. So like, yeah. I'm like, okay, twigs, sure. It's just a coincidence that this Pokemon's English name is Geodude. Fudge! Diglett didn't just use dig, it used dodge! Got a little trick you have with that self-destruct there, hiker.
Oh, jeez.
And luckily, Diglett is pretty fast. What's up, Emmy?
I'm thinking of getting a Grimace's birthday shake tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
McDonald's released the Game Boy Color game to celebrate Grimace's birthday, by the way. A real smooth move there. Release a game for a console that's been out of production for quite a while. Not much more to go with this cave.
Ah.
Just basically letting the game speak for itself for now.
Alright. So are you just leveling up right now, or?
Yeah, battling all the trainers.
Ah.
Which I know where they are. In the darkness. More or less. More preparation for future battles.
Why must Drifloon and Weird Red Steel Bug Ball with metal pegs that evolves from Pineco have self-destruct? I know, right?
Ah! We're expecting video games to always make sense. That's it. It's still very dark in this cave. Should be one more trainer left, and then I'll be able to just go ahead and leave. I don't need to battle all the trainers, but yeah,
Ah.
I would rather battle all the trainers. Out of there.
Hmm?
We're out of there.
All right, let's go.
A very interesting viewing experience, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's get some more battling going on. Pokemon here are so chunky. There should be a Pokemon. There should be a pink one with a floral pattern. That ends up happening in Generation 5. What a coincidence, huh? Just letting you know now. Now that does end up happening in Generation 5. A pink Pokemon with a floral pattern. It'll be a while before we get to see that. Since we're playing through the generations. Well, listen, this is fantastic. Hidden Max Ether. I don't usually use TMs, by the way, but I'm gonna make exceptions for this set of playthroughs, just to make things a little easier. Especially on the older games where TMs are not multi-use. Yeah. But when it comes to the generations, the games with the unlimited use TMs is like, yeah, I'll go ahead and definitely use the TMs.
Oh, gee. Well, as long as they're unlimited use, right?
Yeah. From Generation 5 to Sword and Shield. Black and White to Sword and Shield. Here we are in Lavender Town.
Mm-hmm. Heal my Pokemon.
Yep. Not really gonna do much here on this first visit. Lavender Town, the noble purple town.
Oh, still looks black and white to me.
Yeah. You'll see it in the next game we play through. We can finally buy revives. It unfaints your Pokemon and restores it to half HP. I'm just gonna buy some revives.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Apparently there was a mass stabbing in Waterloo, Ontario.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah, definitely. I guess we can put the old rod away. We're not gonna go fishing. We're not gonna go grabbing Magikarp. Put the Max Ethers away. Put the TM away. Put the Ether away. Move the revives up there. just keep going. That's a cute round and fluffy Pokemon, a Jigglypuff. Or Clefairy. I mean, both are cute, that's for sure.
Hey Fudge, what's up? Welcome!
It's Mama Fudge! Yay!
Mama Fudge.
If just a pair of Clefairy.
And no one's getting splat except Mama Fudge.
We'll be having that tournament this weekend.
Yep. 2v2 tournament starting tomorrow at 9 Eastern Time.
I'm
Nice
a rambling,
throw.
gambling dude. This line has changed in the Generation 3 remakes. I'm a rambling, gambling
Rambling,
dude.
I'm a rambling, gambling dude.
Yeah. And also, the trainer class has changed to gamer.
A wild zigzagoon.
Zigzagoon!
Oh no, the wild zigzagoon fled. Crap.
It wild fled away. Wild ran away.
Oh jeez.
Mirror move. This uses the move that used last by the opponent, including mirror move in Generation 1.
Ah.
Oh goodness. It uses the move that was used last, including mirror move itself. In some cases, that gets to happen. Get rid of Leer. We'll eventually get rid of Browl as well.
Ah. Ah. Oh my god.
Yes, I know I'm near a Pokemon Center, but it's a little faster to use an item. And I have some grass blocked behind a cutting tree, but we don't need to do that.
Ah.
A cuttable tree. I mean, since we have the entire team together, it doesn't matter. But I would finally now be able to catch a fire-type Pokemon if I wanted to.
Good.
But I don't.
But you don't want
to.
to.
I don't need to worry about that because I already have my full team. It would be Growlithe. Yeah. Which is exclusive to Red. And no poison damage because I'd already taken my turn. No more poison and more no poison damage because that happened. A KO occurred.
Oh God! Apparently, some fast food places have been basically over promoting people to a variety of manager titles, so that they're salaried instead of paid by the hour, so that they can be made to work more hours without making any more money. Yeah.
How corporate of them to do?
No, actually, team leads are no longer salaried.
It's still a pretty crazy move.
You tried Popeyes today for the first time. It was yummy. Yeah, they do have great chicken sandwiches. They're just so heavy. Oh?
I've done for a bunch of battles in a row. There's more battling.
Oh, you like the biscuit. Very tasty and great texture. Oh yeah, they have great biscuits. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were talking about it. You went to Kansas for a bit.
What? Diglett is evolving! From 1 finger to 3!
Oh!
UB Trio.
Evolving to...
Doug Trio.
Doug Trio!
UB.
So your 1 evolved into 3.
Yes. I now have 3 fingers on my team.
But still considered 1 Pokemon.
Yes. However that works. Never mind asking what Diglett looks like under the ground. What does Doug Trio look like under the ground?
Oh, jeez. It's a hand. It's a hand of fate. It's Manos.
Well, that sounds ridiculous. Thankfully, the battles are pretty quick. Why, yes, of course. These battles are all skippable. But I need the experience.
Ah. Apparently, you can make your own Grimace shake too. Someone actually put out the recipe. It's like, what is it? I think it's like half a cup of blueberries, a cup of strawberries, 3 scoops of vanilla ice cream, and I think a cup of milk or something like that.
There it is, the move that ignores accuracy and evasion checks. Or basically you would just basically end up shooting stars at an opponent and you're gonna go. Star shapes, that is. 5-pointed star shapes. We don't need that.
Ah. I'll just call it Carvana.
Ah, that thing.
Yeah.
Another Generation 3 Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. And this is... Oh, it's actually a Wigglytuff. Oh, I think I'm gonna need to... I think I'm gonna need a berry.
That would be very helpful.
Mm-hmm. A berry plus a blue ball. There we go.
What, a Great Ball?
Yeah, great ball, yeah. That's my first ever Wigglytuff!
Nice. Yeah, just learn how to unevolve it and then you'll have Pudding on your team.
I already have a Jigglypuff on my team.
Alright.
Well, in my Pokédex at least.
Uh-huh.
Yep, I have both Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff in my Pokédex.
Alright.
I got a lot of first generation stuff from when I was playing all the time.
Mm-hmm. Originally, Pokemon Go only had a Generation 1 Pokemon.
Yeah, I know.
And then they added more generations as time went on.
Yeah, they're up to 767 right now, which is Alola.
Yeah, that's Generation 7.
Yeah.
Huh. Yep, Pokemon from Sun and Moon. I never did finish Sun or Moon.
I'm really tired from working today, but I need to do it for my Splat 3 Switch because it was kind of loaned money. Oh, jeez.
I should get more super potions. And more antidotes. I definitely could use more items, but we'll do that at some point. It didn't affect Wartortle. No, it actually just simply missed.
What? What? Why? What? I don't know. Maybe it's someone moving in, moving out. I don't know. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, they gave it back to you? Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Hmm? What? What? Oh.
Another evolution is happening.
Oh! Dana found a couple more of her favorite drink in the fridge.
Nice.
Oh, up behind the soup in the cabinet? Oh my god.
Diglett evolving made me get past the...
Drowsy evolved into Hypno.
Like, yeah, as of the Diglett evolving, I could have gotten the HM for Flash. Whatever. Too late for that now.
Oh God, someone says here, abandoned malls should be turned to Gen X retirement homes. 3 stories tall, with a food court, movie theater, arcade, Orange Julius, a skate park, and a glamour shots, just for the hell of it. Oh, there's not going to be fireworks this year. Hun, there's not going to be fireworks downtown this year at Boom Island. They're doing a light show instead, a laser light show. Probably because of the air quality. Let me see.
We're in Celadon City. There's going to be plenty more battling in the city soon enough. Okay, so you got the Pokemon Center layout. I'm going to show something off real quick.
Hey, Pixel, what's up? It says here, Minneapolis hasn't had fireworks for July 4th since 2019. The pandemic canceled 2020. Supply chain issues canceled 2021. Bad weather and staffing shortages canceled 2022. So that's probably why they're going for the light show. I know,
One
hon.
case allows us to do the game corner
Hey,
stuff
hon.
if we want to.
Toilet paper, too. Put that on the list. We're literally down to our last roll. Oh, okay, thank you. What shitty... Sure, I'm not gonna waste
should look
it.
familiar.
It's not like it's bad.
I mean, something about this building's layout should look familiar.
A little.
Uh-huh.
A little.
You want me to tell you what it's about?
Sure.
Well, aside from this being a hotel for people, this building is a remodeled Pokémon Center.
Oh.
And in red and blue, they kind of forgot to take out a feature.
Oh, jeez. What
The PC's sprite has been removed, but the rest of the data was kind of left there.
Oh,
it was removed in yellow.
What was that, hun? Okay.
So I can use this invisible PC.
Ah! There was so much stuff there that it finally knocked over the vacuum.
But yeah, you can stand where the PC was. Or you could just use it as if it was there, because they kind of forgot to remove that much of the thing. They only removed the sprite.
It's an invisible PC.
Yes, this is fixed in yellow.
Ah.
That's kind of crazy. I've seen 69 Pokemon. Nice. Did a flash HM from my aid. No. Not anytime soon. If ever. Not in this generation. Okay, so stuff going on in the game corner. There's also the gym.
Yeah, it's starting to get to be that time, though.
Yeah. We are going to do a little bit more stuff. Nothing related to battling. Okay, we need to go to the 4th floor. There is an elevator in this building as well. We're going to buy a Thunderstone specifically, and we're going to buy a Thunderstone and a Leafstone. And a little bit of a squid research real quick. Oh wait, I don't already have my browser open, okay. Okay, Pikachu. Gen 1 learn set. If there's anything more I want Pikachu to learn before using the Thunderstone. Because Raichu doesn't actually learn anything by level up. I just said Jelly and Thunder, I'm fine without those. And let's see. And let's see, Gloom. Oh, you can hold off on evolving Gloom for now.
Ah.
But having the Leaf Stem will be necessary anyway. Let's see, does Gloom learn anything by leveling up though? I don't think so. I wouldn't think so, because Stone Evolution. I'm gonna check anyway. I'm past the level up moves for Vileplume. It doesn't matter, it's just the powder moves. Okay. Evolve Pikachu now, evolve Gloom later. There we go.
Hey, you now have a Raichu.
Yep.
Ha.
Leaving Dugtrio with the least HP on the team. But that's okay. Alright, let's go up higher. There are TMs available at the top of this building by giving a person the different drinks available through the vending machine. Celadon DEPT. Yeah, Celadon department store. Celadon. Yeah, Celadon. One side, I don't know. Alright, Ice Beam, Rock Slide, and Try Attack. Alright, we'll get all three ATMs.
That was
Fresh
an easy
water.
catch.
Soda Pop. They are healing items, by the way.
What does?
Fresh water.
Because it's running Linux.
There's Ice Beam.
Yeah.
Soda Pop. A Rock Slide. And Lemonade. Or try attack. Ice Beam will be going on War Turtle. That's my only option anyway. We'll get rid of Bubble. We'll definitely need that at some point. Rock Slide. Productrio only, of course. To get rid of Growl. And try attack. Can anything on my team learn this move?
I don't know.
Hypno. No, headbutt's fine. No, headbutt's fine. That was strange. I could get the TM for a counter here, but it only works against normal and fighting type moves instead of the intended physical moves in general, which is adjusted in Generation 2 and onward.
Huh?
It deals double the damage that was dealt to the user. Let's see what else.
Dana made me coffee.
Cool. Okay, double team,
Delicious coffee.
reflect, razor wind, hornet drill, egg bomb, mega punch, mega kick, takedown, and submission. Huh.
Oh god, I just thought of something. Do you remember on the series finale of Voyager, where it was found out that older Janeway drinks tea instead of coffee?
Uh-huh.
Well, when we see Admiral Janeway in Star Trek Prodigy, which takes place, about
If I remember
6 or
that,
7
yes.
years after Voyager ends.
Uh-huh.
We see Janeway going up to the replicator and saying, "Computer, tea, hot." Says you're drinking tea now, and she explains she's drinking tea because of doctor's orders.
Mm.
She doesn't like the fact that she's being told to drink tea.
For good grief.
Hmm.
But it's good for you, Janeway.
Well, that's true, hon, but you think people would rather not have one if they can avoid it. Wasn't all that perfect. Picard almost died because of his artificial heart once. Yeah. Well, 40 years, but yeah. Uh-oh. Oh.
What's up?
I heard a... Oh, it was the elevator. Oh, okay. For a moment, I thought the game froze.
Nope. I'll say real quick.
But yeah, because of Picard's artificial heart, he ended up being susceptible to some energy attack.
Also, before we go,
What are we doing?
2 more things. I know everything! I know everything about the world of Pokemon in your Game Boy.
Oh, God.
Get together with your friends and trade Pokemon.
The world of Pokemon in your Game Boy. Yeah.
The
Get
hell?
together with your friends and trade Pokemon. Except you can't.
I can.
You can game link a GameCube Game Boy reader?
Yes, it has a link cable port.
Oh, I didn't know that. Alright.
Eevee. No nickname. It's going straight to the PC. Free Eevee right there. And you can evolve it immediately. Using either the Fire Stone, the Thunder Stone, or the Water Stone. And it does actually learn stuff, leveling up even after it evolves.
So you have a free Eevee.
Of course, we're not going to use it, but that thing is there. And we're going right back to the Pokemon. We're going right back to the department center real quick.
To use the PC, I assume.
No.
Oh?
We're going to grab another drink. So we need to actually use the stairs. Because the top of the building is inaccessible through the elevator. Oh shit. I spent a lot of money. I'll sell the escape rope.
Ah.
I have dig. Fresh water should be good enough.
Hey, we got a... You know how we raided Breakman Z yesterday? Well, today we got a raid from Breakman Z. Just now.
So we are going to unlock access to Saffron City real quick.
Yeah, although we are about to end pretty soon though, because I have to do my post-prod and start getting ready for work. Unfortunately, I can't just extend the time on a whim like that. Returning the favor raid. Thank you so much, Breakman. Oh, you were playing Tomba 2 again? Cool, cool.
Tomba 2. Okay, that is also shared with the other guards, somehow. So we now have access to Saffron City, but we're not going to deal with that yet.
Right. So basically, unlock Saffron City, save, and...
Get back to the Pokemon Center for us.
Oh. Yeah, of course.
And put some stuff away. We still have a bit of time left for this. And we are going to be using... We are going to be using the visible PC. Put the coin case away because I don't actually need that. And put the TM for Tri-Attack away. And we should be good. Check my team real quick. Yeah, we're not going to look at the Eevee.
But Eevee is so cute!
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Eevee is cuter than Pikachu.
Well, neither one of them is my favorite Pokemon anyway.
If I were enough into Pokemon to get one of the Let's Go games, I would have chosen Let's Go Eevee.
The remake of Yellow, assuming you were able to get Eevee instead of Pikachu, as technically was intended by the in-game story. But then your rival's like, no, I want that Pokemon! I want to get my Pokemon now! Which led to you getting Pikachu instead.
Even if you play Let's Go Eevee?
If you play Let's Go Eevee, you get Eevee.
Oh, okay.
Because
That's what I was thinking.
Let's Go games give you a different playable character in Rival.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Let's Go
And Eevee is
the-
Eevee is also so versatile too. Eevee
Yeah.
can evolve how many different ways?
8 different ways.
8. Yeah.
Hilariously, one of those methods is the same as Pikachu's evolution method. Anyway, yeah, Let's Go Eevee is the What If remake of Yellow.
Ah,
Well, Let's Go Pikachu is the remake of Yellow.
gotcha. All right. Is there anything else we gotta do then?
Yeah, we're good. We're good to go and go ahead and end things.
Ah, okay. Well, I just gave Breakman Z the shout out because he just raided us, but we're also going to shout out Ranko for being here with us today.
We'll be playing more of this on. Yeah, we'll be playing more of this on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday will be our next Take It Easy stream because there's only 2 streams next week, Monday and Tuesday. So,
And we've got to have that Take It Easy stream.
we gotta have the Take It Easy stream. Also, tomorrow and Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, both days, 2v2 Splatoon 3 tournament. It's our summer fling tournament. Get your teams together. We're doing the rankings tomorrow night and the brackets on Saturday night. So,
Yeah.
First prize. The duo that wins first prize gets Switch games of their choice. Second place gets $10 eShop gift cards or regional equivalent. So,
And yeah, thankfully we did get plenty more stuff done tonight. Maybe things won't take super long after all.
right.
We'll see what happens through the series.
We'll see what happens. Let's
Again, the Gen 2 games and their remakes. Oh boy, that'll take a little bit more time.
yeah. All right, let's get our credits rolling for the evening. And see who's on the rate-a-meter tonight.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens going forward.
All right. Come on, refresh. Thank you. All right, on the
Refresh is also affecting my
rate-a-meter.
If I remember correctly.
Oh, there's a name I haven't rated in a while. Dear
like that.
Callie. She's playing Story of Seasons Wonderful Life right now.
Harvest Moon.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to rate Dear
Harvest
Callie.
Moon.
And until tomorrow, you know what to do. Follow and subscribe. Join the Particle Acceleration. You can also join us on Discord. !Discord in the chat. Or scroll down to where it says join the Particle Acceleration on Discord. Till tomorrow, I'm DJ Particle. I've been here with
RankoHoshino.
and we're out of here. Peace.
Take it easy. Stay safe. Love ya. Bye.